Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the studio. Well, hey, Kiba, I didn't mean to wake you up. He was over here snoring, too. Oh, that purr. That purr. I want to try to do some throwing this morning. I'm going to be making some of my regular mugs, my 20-ounce mugs. So if you're looking for a relaxing morning, a place to chill out, then we might be able to help you. We have Pottery and Cats. Cats plural because Minnie's on her way. Hey, Minnie. It's okay. Come on. Come on. Yes. There you go. See, here we go. There she is. Let me get all my tools together. I've got about 90 pieces I think I can do this morning before I have to go. Because Kiba's got to go back to the vet today for a follow-up to see if he's gotten any better. Oh, Minnie. I saw a piece. We've lost a piece of fluff there, haven't we? Yes. I'm multitasking. Oof. Hey, James. All right, Kiba, let's go for a spin. Let's bless the wheel. With all the cat fluff. While Minnie gets ready for a nap. There we go. You gotta stay there. Kiba does not like to get his dainty little feet wet, so he can... I can sometimes keep him away by just adding water. Just add water. We do have another mini blessed piece, though. We have a mixing bowl that came out of the kiln that has a mini footprint in it. Hey, Cobalt Reaver, good morning. Yeah, welcome, everybody. I'm going to get it and show it to you. I remember, like, showing it off before it was fired. And you never know how the glazes are going to act, buddy. But I don't know if you can see it in there. It's like right there. You can see her little toe beans. I'll have to have it with better light down here. There you go. You can see it much better there. You can see her little toe beans in the bottom of the mixing bowl where she stepped in it. And there she is. Again. But this is we did this one in Treebeard, and so it shows off the texture nicely. Yes. Now I just wish she would like take a nap inside of it or something, or curl up inside of it. But it's actually like it's a good thing that they've never really taken to doing that, because that could be disastrous on some levels. But it would make a cute picture, wouldn't it? Phil, thank you for the follow. Yeah, good morning, everybody. Daniel is on his way, or the Wonder Hamster is on his way to Lexington for a show. And so I'm here making more pots for the next event and filling some orders. So we've got some of these will be individual orders. Some of these might be wholesale. I've got to check and see. But mostly they're going to be individual orders today, and then some stock for our next show. Open up my scrap box. This clay is ripe. It is made with a good, like, at least 1/2 to 3/4 reclaim. So it's a little bit stinky. So James, is the show the gallery hop tonight? No, it's actually Saturday and Sunday. It's the Kentucky Sheep and Wool, I think is what they call it. It is at Masterson Station Park. So it is a fiber festival. And we've done the Kentucky one almost, I think, since the very beginning. It's been going on for several years now. It's definitely not the biggest show that we do, but it's just kind of one of our local shows. All right, I need to measure this and then set my guide. So there's also a gallery hop. Like if Wonder Hamster, I mean, he's going to be exhausted tonight after setting up. He might be interested in that if he wasn't so exhausted. I wonder if there's anything, does Kentucky Mudworks do anything for that? I've been seeing them advertising a, like, anniversary event that they're doing. But since I'm never, like, up in that area, I haven't been paying much attention to it. The weather is not going to be good for it, but luckily, the majority of it is inside, except, I mean, you have to go from barn to barn, so as a visitor, you need to bring your umbrella, but the vendors are all going to be, like, in a barn, so a little bit more protection from the elements. Yeah. Oh, was I supposed to be paying attention to you? Oh. Did you hear her? Right there. Okay. This is her happy spot. Like you've seen her just kind of stop. She'll fall asleep up here, and then when she's ready to take her nap, she'll come get on the cat bed. Oh, okay. It's a monthly gallery hop put on by the Lexington Art League. think it was rainy when we were up there for Kentucky Crafted too, wasn't it? Though this time it'll be a little bit, it'll be a warmer rain. Smith Clay, hey, good morning. Yeah, I wanted to get some mugs done early so I could assemble them this afternoon. We got Daniel on the road for the show. So I'm starting to work on my next projects. Oh, good. I'm glad you like them. And if she likes that yarn, then we know where to get more too, because I know the company. Is this this is just a little bit less than that, more like 1 pound, but you're close. What you doing? Hey, Nerdala. This is Minnie. Kiba was up here, but I quit petting him, so he got mad and left. Oh, thank you, Smith Clay. Yeah, it's Polly Studios what you'll look for. But this one will be easier to find than the last show you came to, because we'll be probably the only pottery in a field of yarn. So there may be one other potter there, but it'll be mostly crafting supplies and sheep-related things. This is the show where at one point someone tried to trade me a bunny for a piece of pottery, like a live bunny. They had baby bunnies. They'll be in barns, yes. So the show's up in Lexington. And it's at Masterson Station Park, which has several buildings. So think of it as like a fairgrounds area. What are you doing? I know that was the only way you could have gotten down, just to walk through the wheel. That was the best, most efficient route right there. Wonder how bunnies and cats would get along. I think, so I've heard a lot of people say if you're going to get like a bunny, like sometimes the bunnies can be more aggressive than the cats, but sometimes it can be the opposite. Like if you have a cat that likes to hunt, you might not want to introduce a bunny in there. Depends on how big. Some of the bunnies can be can grow to be larger than a cat. So I think it would be hilarious to see Kiba chased around by a bunny. I think if I was going to do that, I might like have like a baby bunny and a kitten together so that they grow up together. And since one of the only things like Kiba has ever brought to me, like as far as like he killed something or found something and brought it to me was a baby bunny, so I don't really think that interaction would end well. Oh, what's the second hole for? A second ball of yarn, you could put like a needle or a hook in there, kind of just to save it for later when you're not using it. Or for me, it's honestly a design element. You could put the yarn just through the hole if you wanted more tension. If you know you're not going to take it out, because the hook is there so you can take the yarn in and out. Maybe move it to a different if you want to take it with you, uh, or just change out the color without having to just cut it off. It's not stuck in the yarn bowl. But if you're just going to leave it there, you can put it through the single hole. Or if there's two small balls of yarn, you could do that. Do two in the same one. Yep, you're both right. RK Mace, hello. Good morning. Yeah, welcome everybody. I am making my regular mugs today. This is probably the most common thing that I throw because it's the pieces I sell the most of. But it's going to be a 20-ounce mug when it's done. And these are going to be for some custom orders, but also the next show we're going to is going to be Origins up in Columbus, Ohio. And so I'm making some pieces for that as well. I'm going to try to do about 90 pieces today. That's what I've got pugged out here next to me. And that's also what I have room for. That's right, that's where I got to see Smith Clay last year. Live and in person. Mini meanie. Come on. Come on. There you go. Again, the only route available to her. It's biscuit making time. She's been following me around today because when I was at the computer, she was just up there next to my keyboard, and now she's back here. She probably thinks I'm about to leave again because we had all the black boxes out and we're packing things up and moved the road cases back into the van, but I will not disappoint her this time. She's actually very calm when she's at the computer. She doesn't mess with the keyboard. She'll occasionally try to play with the mouse, but like Kiba is all over the keyboard and trying to like nibble at your fingers and trying to get attention. She just likes to sit there and watch. So I put it on my stream title to remind myself, but it is Friday. Happy Friday. I don't usually have like a schedule that I follow for like a Monday through Friday. I don't have a Monday through Friday work week. Like usually I am busier and working more on the weekends because that's when Daniel's at the shop, or in this case at a show. So we tend to take our days off during a few days during the week. So this is a work day for me. But if it is your Friday, congrats. Got any plans for the weekend? Oh yeah, Fridays on maternity leave just don't hit the same. Yeah. Just another day. Same thing if you're self-employed. It doesn't necessarily mean you get a break. All right, we got 14. So I missed the 10 mark, so I need to hydrate a little bit. I'm going to choose coffee. I actually need to refill my water bottle. Oh, coupons. I thought I was getting an important text, but it was coupons. The hardest working cat lady in the mud business. See, when you call me a crazy cat lady, it's not, the crazy is not because I have cats. Whoop, Minnie's becoming a liquid again. You didn't say crazy. I like the way the new crazy cat lady mugs turned out. I think we have them on the website now. I'm not totally sure, but I think we do. Yes, these will get handles. Just like the ones I was doing the other day. These are all going to be the 20-ounce mugs. And hopefully, since I'm making these in the morning, I can put handles on them in the afternoon. But like, since it's raining all day, that will have an effect on them. So it may take a little bit longer for them to dry out. I may even have to put a fan on them. You've only seen me do the mugs. Yeah, that's because that's the thing we sell the most of. In the past, in the weeks before we were going up to Maryland, you probably could have seen some of like the yarn bowls and different things. But almost every time I'm throwing, I'm probably gonna make at least some mugs. I do need to make some more of the yarn bowls, because I've got a couple of custom orders. But yeah, we mostly make mugs because that's mostly what we sell. And we have so many different options for the mugs. Like when we go to shows, some of our bigger shows, we only take the mugs to. In various sizes or shapes. Like we'll do the 20-ounce mugs and almost like all the phrases, and then we'll do some of the more popular things in tankards or travel mugs. Because some of the shows we do, they're either gaming conventions or sci-fi conventions or fiber shows. So the fiber festivals, we tend to take like the fandom mugs, but also like a lot of the yarny mugs as well. And then depending on how much room we have, a selection of the bakeware and just everything else we have. So we sometimes tend to get have more space at the fiber festivals. But like at Origins and Gen Con, we are limited to one booth, so we just stack everything as high as we can. And have everything else in back stock. I gotta get this. See if I can Be right back. Where's my thing? Think. Yeah, we're back. Meanie got all excited. She's like, okay, you're done. It's treat time. She's like, I gotta keep an eye on you. Make sure you're not leaving me again. Abandoning. 22. My goal today is 90. Okay, let's make this a little bit taller. Need to use some more water so things don't stick to it. Come on. There we go. She's like, I thought you might want to know that I was here. I don't know why, but this one was much drier than the others. Had a hard spot in it. And that's odd because it was at the very bottom of the bag. Sometimes if the bags are left open, the ones on top are dry out a bit, but it works. Just had to press a little bit harder on it. Most of the time these are so soft. I like working with the clay when it's really soft, especially for small pieces like this. Like, you don't have to put much pressure on them at all, just like barely touch them to get the clay to move around. And I like that, especially if I'm doing a bunch like I'm doing today. It just saves the wear and tear on arms and elbows and such. Because while I'm not using it, you know, even just with that one, I'm not using a ton of pressure, but if I do it 100 times, it takes its toll. And that's something I notice with beginners is that you think you have to put a ton of pressure on the clay, but you really don't. It's just about a little bit of pressure in the right spot. That's right, I'm wearing my cat apron shirt. I love this. I need to find more like shirts that are printed a little bit higher so that something just peeks above the apron. Maybe I just need to find cat aprons. I've got one. I've got Christmas cats. Christmas cat print fabric. I got an ad for like a apron company that has made different licensed fabrics for their aprons, and one of them was Sesame Street, and so they had a Cookie Monster apron. They have an Oscar the Grouch apron too, but it's green, so nobody would get to see it. It would disappear. All right, how many do we have now? I think we have 30. I think this is 30. some nice moldy, mildewy clay. Mold is actually good for clay. Like if it gets stinky, a lot of people want to like put bleach in the clay or whatever. Especially, it usually happens in reclaim when you're reconstituting old clay. But you're not supposed to, because all that smelly stuff is actually good for the clay. When mixing fresh batches, what we were always taught to like toss some beer into the clay. Like a can of beer per 500 pounds or something like that. In the theory that artists always have alcohol around, because it'll helps it age and makes it more plastic, stretchy. Hey! Well, good morning, Daddy. Are y'all getting rain too? I think everybody's getting rain right now. So y'all, we are multi-streaming again. We are on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, and Kick. So welcome from wherever you are streaming or watching from. I am making some more mugs today. Daniel is on his way up to Lexington to set up for the Kentucky Sheep and Fiber Festival in the rain. But at least this time he gets to load into a barn. So while there's no temperature control, at least it's out of the elements. So I am working on stuff for our next show, which will be up in Columbus, Ohio. It is a gaming convention, so a lot of these mugs are going to have different gaming things on them, like the different D&D classes. Alright, that one's good. It's a little bit wobbly on top, but once it stops spinning, you'll never know. Let me measure this and see if I've bumped my camera a little bit. I may want to make this a little bit taller. Yeah, this one needs to be a little bit taller before I cut it off. Oh, hey! Well, hey, Mama. Marivia, no rain there. Lucky. There we go. Now I'm able to measure this because I've got a guide set up in my OBS, so on my camera screen I've got a line that I can measure these with, so I know how tall they are. That's one way I can do these a bit more efficiently because I don't have to stop and measure each one. Come on, stay with me now. Okay. That's better. I'm gonna stop messing with this before I squish it. Guardian, thank you for the follow. And welcome to the studio. Happy Friday, everybody. Minnie has become a liquid again. We have a cat over here that's more like a gray fuzzy lump. I'm on a bit earlier than normal today because I wanted to get some of these mugs made up so I could assemble them this afternoon, because I know drying them out is going to take a little bit longer with it raining all day. That's the only thing that the weather really affects. The humidity will affect how fast something dries out, but doesn't harm the pots at all. Just determines how quickly I can work with them. And right now we have 34 pieces. About a third of the way done. I want to, my goal today is 90 pieces. Got a little bit of wobble there. It's not dead yet. Though it doesn't look very good, does it? Let's just straighten it up a bit. There we go. Compress the rim a bit, and of course add more water, which is probably what I should have done in the first place. Because what happened is my the clay stuck to my sponge. There we go. All better. There we go. Quit messing with it. The more you mess with something, the more likely it is to just collapse due to overworking. And I was talking earlier about working with softer clay, because when you're making so many things, like working with softer clay is really easier on your hands and stuff. But it does, like, it limits the amount you can work with something. If it's a drier clay or something that has a bit more grit in it, it's more forgiving and let you play with it a bit longer. And we buy the clay fresh and ready to go, but we use about 50% reclaim in each batch, just so we can recycle everything and not end up with a bunch of scraps in here. Like all the little bits that I'm like cutting off or that come off on my hand, I'm saving in a bag over here that I'll just mix in with my next batch. And that lets us kind of control the consistency of the clay. So if I want it to be a bit softer, I can make it softer. Dorian, hey! Good morning. Yeah, 90 is my goal, yes. Softer clay, yeah, is a boon for marathons rolling like that, yes. Like I was saying, like, I'm not putting a ton of pressure on the clay. Even if the clay was harder, like, it's throwing a couple pieces, like it doesn't hurt or anything, and it doesn't feel like I'm using a ton of pressure. But when you do it 100 times, it like you can feel it at the end. I mean, you can. I'm tired after I throw 100 pieces, no matter what, because you're just constantly in motion for several hours. Let's see, we are at 38 right now. Oh, thank you. And did I see that you also stand at the wheel? I thought I noticed that when I caught you the other day, but I wasn't sure. Like, it took me a while to, like, decide to stand, but in the end, like, it was my back and hips that told me I needed to start standing at the wheel, and we propped it up. But I wish I'd done it a lot sooner. Whoops, we got an ad break going on. We'll be right back. And done. Get a little bit of that water out of there. Oh, there's Minnie. She is alive. Let's see. All right, welcome back, everybody. I don't know, like, when the ad started, if you heard what I said, but yeah, like, I was sitting for so long, even when I first started streaming, I would sit on a yoga ball, and that helped a great deal because I had a pinched nerve in my back that kept me from sitting on just a regular stool, and the yoga ball was great, but then in the end, I would sit for hours and not move, and so it ended up, like, throwing my hips out of line, which was translated into back pain. So I started standing and kind of realized and kind of got everything fixed. Like, standing helped everything. I went to the chiropractor, got my hips back into line, but I enjoy standing much more than sitting. I feel like I have a lot more leverage and more control over what I'm doing. I thought it would take me a lot longer to transition to, like, throwing standing up or to not using a foot pedal, but it didn't take that long. I had to, like, basically when I was using a foot pedal, I would adjust the speed of the wheel to what my hands wanted to do, and then now what I'm doing is I'm adjusting my hands to the speed of the wheel. So there we go. And I'm measuring these by using OBS. I set up a guide so that I could see how tall everything is. It saves a little bit of time. You used to race longboards, and injuries from that time motivated you to try standing. Yeah, combining that with a stool, and you have had zero back issues at the wheel since. Yep. Flirty Mango, hello, good morning. A laser level, yeah. But before that, I had basically just a stick I was using to measure the height of everything. Jacqueline, hello. See, it's mesmerizing. You could watch this all day. Well, thank you. Yeah, I have so many people say the same thing, that it's like it's mesmerizing or very relaxing to watch, and I understand that it is, because it's super relaxing just for me to do. Which is why I think I enjoy this so much, that that I've been able to keep up with it so much. I don't get bored with it, because it is the repetitive motions are just like super relaxing. It and calming. I think that's why so many of us enjoy repetitive crafts, no matter what medium it is, whether it's drawing or painting or knitting or crocheting or whatever. The repetitive motion is very calming. Well, Dorian, thank you for stopping by. Flirty Mango, you picked up some cool ceramic molds yesterday at a guy's house. It's a lot of cool vintage Disney ones. Nice. Some of my favorite molds that we've found, we bought a ton of molds, almost literally. Really early on, thinking we would do something with them, and we never did. But a couple of the cool ones, there is a big Cookie Monster cookie jar mold, and so I really just need to get it out and try to pour it and play with it. And then there's a mug mold that is like a really old school Darth Vader helmet mug, but it's if you've ever seen the concept drawings for the Star Wars stuff, it's like that. It's based off the concept drawings, and that may have been a way to avoid a copyright issue or something, but that's what it is. We found that one. Are they figurines, or are they something else? The ones we got, we had no interest in the molds at all, but it was if you want any of the crafting stuff in this estate sale, then you've got to take it all. Oh, there's a Kiba. Hey, buddy. So we are actually at 42. That last mug, it will hold the meaning of life, the universe, and everything. I gotta care. I got a paper cut yesterday, and I just like found it again against the wheel. I'm like, whew. It's like, why did that hurt so much? Oh yeah, I've got a cut there. Yesterday we got in a order of our custom boxes for our mugs, because we have them measured to fit our mugs with a little window so you can see what it is, so we can package them easier. And I ended up with only one paper cut from loading them in, which is pretty good. I call shipping day sometimes the death of 1,000 paper cuts, or packing for a show because of boxing everything up. Been thinking about starting a mobile pottery class business. Yeah, bringing hand building classes to people's parties and events. It's a lot to plan. Yes. So a resource that you could look at. I don't know where you're located, but look up the Clay Lady. She's in Nashville, and she is a part owner of Mid-South Ceramic Studios, but that's how she started. She started her business doing exactly that, taking little projects, going to parties or going to schools that didn't have a clay program, and doing projects and classes with kids, and then taking them home, firing them, and bringing them back. And so you can see some of the projects that she does. No, that's a very good idea. Especially, like, excuse me, in our area, that is almost better than setting up a brick and mortar and expecting people to come to you, because where I'm at, we're a rural area, and not everybody's gonna want to come into town, honestly. Or people want to do things, everybody's schedule is so different, they want to do things, by appointment. Or at least maybe, and you could also maybe have a spot like a recreational center maybe that you could rent out to do special events too. Hey buddy, you gonna help me? He's like, no, I want pets. I'll make one more, okay? Yeah. But no, the Clay Lady, her name is Danielle, and she does she does classes on teaching teachers how to teach clay, which is really good. Because a lot of times art programs have been cut from basically everything now. So if a school has an art teacher, they may inherit a lot of equipment they don't know how to use. So she shows people easy ways to do clay projects with all different ages. Hold on. Kiba say, hurry up. Mm-hmm. Are you really? He's laying his head on my hand. All right, hold on. He doesn't want to get his feet wet, so I gotta do that. Yes, Kiba is always helping. He's supervising. Supervising. He was up here earlier too. Minnie just opened her eyes. She's like, am I gonna have to share my bed? Mm-hmm. We gonna go for a spin? Oh, I'm gonna have to give you a bath, aren't I? Or wash off your tail. Your tail's gonna get clay on it. And then I'm gonna have to take you into the vet and explain why you're covered in clay. Like they don't already know. Oh, this purr. The purr. Could this cuddle be an email? Was it really necessary? Got to make sure there's that 2% cat fluff in every piece. You know, we gotta make sure it's there. Lizard, hello. Mm-hmm. You're gonna have to go over here with Minnie, okay? I need to get back to work. Cat glitter, yes. The essential ingredient. It's what holds the clay together. Oh, no, you're not gonna plop. There you go. Okay, Minnie. I guess that was my fault. I don't know what you did. It's okay, Minnie. Come on. Come on. Oh, you're gonna get mad at me too. You're gonna get mad at me too. See, he's got little steps to come up here, so he can get up and down easy. There we go. Nope, you done with me too? Well, now we're just gonna have no cats, huh? I think Minnie will come back. She's just over here pouting. Do I think vintage glazes and original jars are worth keeping? Actually, I mean, I think there's nothing that, well, say, the only thing that can affect whether or not they're still good or not, the only thing that can ruin a glaze is freezing. And honestly, it's not all glazes that freezing can ruin, but some of them will just never look the same. Some of the ingredients in there, like if they're frozen, they just won't do the same thing anymore. So, besides that, I mean, just, you could rehydrate it and use it. If you're worried about it, like if it has something like lead in it, you can usually find that out by like looking it up if it doesn't say on there. But as far as the function, no, I mean, you could still use them if you wanted to. If they have lead or whatnot, then the issue is, like, don't use it on anything that you would put food on, and just be very careful when using it yourself. As in, don't mess with it, if you've got to mess with it dry, while you're like rehydrating it or whatever, hydrate it, add water to it. Like if it's like a dry powder, you might want to, you'd wear a respirator with it, or you might want to like wear rubber gloves when using it wet. I actually don't know if using it wet is that bad. I'd have to look that up. Because I'm pretty sure, like, I know using it, like, inhaling it or the dry form is what is really dangerous, but I don't remember if, like, just skin contact is bad with lead. Or if just ingesting it is what is more harmful. What a wonderful place to art! Hey, thank you for the raid! Dorian, yeah, using a wet lead glaze. I'm trying to remember the because I've never actually used any, but like, because I know people that still use them on sculptural pieces. But I was trying to remember if like you coming into kind of like skin contact with the wet, unfired lead glaze was harmful. Skin contact in a glaze solution is fine. Okay. Wonderful place to art. Yeah, good morning. You've got a chemistry degree. Nice. It has to do with particle size. Lead atoms are big and heavy and can't naturally pass through the skin. There we go. I have learned something today. And I've always kind of told people, like, if people ask me about, like, using antique pottery or using old Fiesta ware, if you're not sure if something has lead in it, like, don't put anything acidic on it. Don't serve spaghetti out of it. Don't put salsa in it. But if you are gonna eat potato chips, use it for a potato chip or popcorn bowl. That's fine. Cuts and scrapes mean you should wear gloves, always. As I have a paper cut and I'm not using anything. No, just with lead. Yay, science! What artist using math and science? Get out of here. We're not supposed to be smart enough to do all that fancy stuff. That's actually like a pet peeve of mine. Like, I hate it when people tell artists like that they're oh, you don't need math. You don't need any of that stuff. So I am making mugs. These are going to be the mugs that hold 20 ounces when they're done. They're a little bit bigger than that now because the clay will shrink. It'll shrink about 12%, which translates to about a ½ inch in the mugs. So I got to make them a little bit bigger. But my goal today is 90 pieces. And we are well over halfway done now. We have, we are at 48. Clay shrinks just like a natural cloth after washing. Kind of like felting. Like if you accidentally wash a wool sweater and suddenly it's not adult sized anymore, it's like baby doll sized. Lassa, hey, good morning. Thank you for the resub. Thank you for the 97 months. Thank you for supporting the studio for so long, and as always, thank you for helping us keep the cats in kibble. Math is in everything we create, like dimensions and stuff. There's lots of math in stuff. But it's like calculating a shrinkage rate, or because I've had to do it backwards before. I have the travel mugs that I make. I had to calculate how big do I need to make it now so that my travel mug lids will fit. Or if somebody needs something of a very specific size, I have to calculate how much bigger I need to make it. And I've actually always, I approach things like this, even drawing kind of every craft and art that I've done, like every medium, I approach it very formulaic. Like even when I do it unconsciously, I break something down into steps, and then I repeat the steps, and I make the process. Well, I make the process more efficient as I practice. So I feel like, in one sense, I have a very mathematical approach to making things. Not that I haven't done the whole, let's just try this and see where I end up. Done that too, but I think I get more satisfaction out of figuring out a process and then making it, figuring out how to make it better. All right, this should be 50. Welcome back, everybody. Hey, Damien, good morning. Oh, you're experimenting with like electro-growing copper carbonate crystals. It was so. Are you like starting with like crystalline glazes and expanding from that, or is this something completely different? But it seems like if you have a paleontology degree, that sounds. See, that I'm like that sounds like so much fun. Like there's so much you could do with that. Have you ever gotten into working on like restoring pots, like recreating things when you've got like one little shard? Haven't done any archaeology like pottery recreations, just fossils, but that would be cool to study. Yeah. Welcome back, Manny. Clam, hey. Good morning. We have made 52 pieces this morning already. And Minnie has been an excellent supervisor. Oh yeah, it's dinner for you. Yeah, it is. It is almost 11:30 here, so I can still say good morning. Well, what's for supper? I'm gonna need lunch pretty soon. It'll give me some ideas. Oh yeah, you wish there was a cool pottery store near you. You went to the Amico store recently when you visited Indiana. Yeah, I guess I'm really like lucky that we have so many around here. We have I'm close to Nashville, Tennessee, which is where Mid South Ceramics is, and there's also one called Mud Puddle. It's a little bit south of Nashville. Supply centers, and then we've got Kentucky Mudworks up in Lexington and Louisville. So both within a very like reasonable driving distance, so I don't have to have anything shipped in. Oh no, you took a tumble earlier when you were out walking, so you don't want to stand still for too long. Yeah, oh. Well, I'm glad you're okay. Or I hope you're okay for the most part. Flirty Mango said you'd love to learn how to make your own clay and glazes sometime. That would be fun. Like, I think glazes are easier. Like making your own clay, like, so it can be fun, but it's not always that practical. Like the time and effort it takes to go to get it to a workable state is like sometimes not worth it with the cost of clay. But you know, it's whatever you want to do. Especially if you've got like a clay bed or some resources you want to dig out of the ground. That could be kind of fun. I keep saying I'm going to do that someday because it's everywhere around here. I just don't. Never gone out and tried to look for it. So I think any clay deposits on my hill are probably from me dumping clay water outside of my house for so long. So I say, oh, it's so much work, but I basically do I reconstitute my clay all the time with Reclaim, but I also have a pug mill, so that makes it a little bit easier. We mixed up our own clay when I was in school, but again, we had a big clay mixer. That comment makes you think of that. Like, yeah, what will archaeologists think years from now? This type of clay is not native to this area, but there must have been a potter here. Yeah. There's still a pink yarn bowl somewhere in my woods because I remember one year one time I was packing up for a show and like I had like a dolly full overloaded with stuff and I'm on a hill and so every all my boxes tipped over and like two things like went rolling down the hill. Most everything else was okay, and I was able to like just stand them back up. But like there's a pink yarn bowl somewhere in my woods that I just went. It just rolled away, and then that I never saw again. The fairies have it now. Yes. More likely the groundhogs. Right, a half submerged yarn bowl sounds like a great nest for something. Yes. You know what? I was just thinking about that, thinking about bird nests. It's like I think I forgot to send Daniel with the bird bottles because I sent out the order and then I was going to send him with the extras to this show, and I think I forgot them. So I think they're still here. Need to just put one outside and see if they get any attention. Though it might be just might be torturous with Minnie being outside. Oh, whoa. So, no, we have been okay with the weather. We've been getting a lot of rain. And so, sometimes the weather here is hit or miss. We have, in the past couple of weeks, we've had a couple of tornadoes touch down in our county, but we have been okay. It's just been a whole lot of rain. What was it? Last Wednesday, we got hail. We got, like, quarter-sized hail. I was in my car at the time, and it sounded like somebody was throwing rocks at me, which is basically what was happening, right? But it only lasted, like, it lasted for less than a half hour. But there's been flooding in the area, and like I said, we've had tornadoes and the straight line winds. It's just it's that time of year. All right, we have 58. So it's going to be tight to get 90 done, but I think I can do it before I have to leave. Need to get myself some more water here. All right, if this one chooses to be a mug today, then it's going to be number 60. Gotta slow this thing down because that's what gets me in trouble. I think, oh, faster means quicker. When it doesn't. Faster means spinning out of control. Because the centrifugal force of the wheel, it wants everything to be a bowl or ultimately a plate or a flat pancake. So the taller something gets, essentially like the slower that the wheel needs to go. Or the taller or the wider something gets, the slower it needs to go. So you can keep control of it. Let me get some more water. Like that, if this one chooses to be a mug, yes. All right, Clems, enjoy your food. Well, I say that sometimes, Dorian, because if I ever, like, if I say, this one is number 92, like, it's not going to make it. I jinx it. All right, we now have 62. 2/3 of the way done. The end is in sight. Now we're just counting down. We only need, what, like 28? So, see, that sounds so much better than saying 90. Sounds so much less daunting. Come on, wibbly wobbly rim. There we go. There we go. Neuron, hey, good morning. Welcome. Happy Friday. We are making it muggy in here, literally. It is raining outside, and I have 66 mugs. Cade, oh, you can't wait to eat real food again. Are you on a diet? Oh, the broke diet. Okay, yeah. It is a diet. Neuron, you've booked your holiday to Nashville. Nice. When are you going to be coming? I think, didn't you say it wasn't going to be till next year? March, okay. That'll be a good time to come. The weather could be cool or comfortable, but it won't be like, that's not super busy. Okay, no, not at all. Do you need some more clay? Okay. Okay. Ooh, so you definitely got some off your hips this week. Might even need to start wearing a belt with your shorts. Oh, that's a good feeling, though, isn't it? That's a good feeling. Well, at least it's working. The Southern Indian Deli. Yes, no, it is very good. You know, no, they do really good soup and sandwiches and salads and such. Whoop, it is noon. I can hear the siren, though. It's probably, hopefully, you can't hear it on stream, but. So good afternoon, everybody. We have a, so we're on our downtown square here. We're right across the street from the tornado siren. And every day, they test it at noon. So you know what time it is? And we have 70. Let's do 20 more. We might get this done. So I've got to take Kiba to the vet at 1 o'clock, which is that is my cutoff date. So I'll try to see where we're at 12:30. It's a follow-up appointment. He's been taking antibiotics for a UTI, so we'll see if he still needs any more of them, or if they want to do something different. Minnie's feeder over here twitching. She's chasing those lizards. Saw a video of a cat, you know, twitching in its sleep, and then it woke itself up hissing. Like, I've had dreams like that too. Your Bigby smacks his lips in his sleep. Oh. Kiba just snores. There's 76. Kitty snores are adorable, yes. Though sometimes I do feel like I need to poke him to make sure he's okay. Oh, do they do the cat activation? Minnie does. Minnie does. She is chatty, so she kind of makes sound effects with everything she does. She does that, like when she's jumping on something, she'll give a little merp. We'll stretch. No, come on now. Come on. There we go. That's better. Let's make that a bit taller because it's just not getting the height it needed because it was a bit wobbly. And press that rim back down. There we go. That'd be a little bit too fast. Quiet Mirth, hey, thank you for the follow. And welcome. I want this one to be a little bit taller. Let's see if I can do this or if I have to, like, bring the whole thing up. That'll work. Whoa, hey, welcome everybody. We got a raid on Kick. Hey, how's everybody doing? All right, guys. So the end is in sight here. Welcome to the studio. And good afternoon and happy Friday. If y'all are new here to the stream, my name is Amanda. We are playing the mud on Twitch and Pauly Studios pretty much everywhere else. Let me set these aside. We now have 80. We have 80. We have 10 more to do. So, Like I said, the end is in sight. We are doing a countdown. The Pottery Whisperer. So tell me, so who rated? Because I can't see everything. All I have is my chat. What vessel is this forming before our eyes? It is going to be a mug. And it's going to, we're going to put a handle on it, and it's going to hold around 20 ounces. So this is what it could look like. So we have all these different colors we can do, and they're probably all going to be different colors. But this is, it'll get a handle, and then this one has just like a letter M on it, but they're all going to have different medallions on them, depending on what's been ordered or what I need to restock on. Oh, thank you so much for the follow. Creation Eggs, hey, thank you. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Yeah, we are fairly new to Kick. We've been streaming on Twitch for over 8 years now. But we are, last year Twitch allowed partnered streamers to start, to multi-stream. So we've been, we're actually on Twitch and Facebook and Kick and YouTube and everywhere right now. So thanks for joining us. I am a full-time potter. We've been doing this for full-time for over 12 years now. The pieces I'm making are, like I said, for orders or for stock, where I'm building up some stock for the next show I'm going to. You got some friends who do full-time pot, yeah. Did I say I am Twitch's official pot dealer? Maybe I should say I'm Kick's official pot dealer now, too. You have a few McCoy pieces, yeah. Are you in the... So, Brian, are you... so, I think of McCoy pottery as, like... I'm in Kentucky, so I feel like it's fairly... There's a lot of it around here. So I don't know if you're in the same area. Oh, yeah, Creation, this is your 3rd week. Yeah, welcome. Never thought you'd see the day when you'd be part of a raid on a pot dealer. See? Yeah, you never know. You never know. But we, it is raining here, so we are making it muggy in here in more than one way. First step when making something on the wheel is to place it firmly on the wheel. That is the most important step. Some people say centering is the most important step, which it is, but first you got to make sure it's stuck, so it doesn't go flying off and hitting the cats or other people or the camera or whatnot, you know. Well, as you can see, there's been quite a bit of clay hitting this camera. You appreciate the corny humor spinning around as I see what you did. Spinning. My husband is setting up at a show right now, and his favorite line to say when people are in the booth is, "How can we mug you today?" Oh, it's going to be raining all weekend, so he's going to use that line a lot. Like, "I'm sorry, it's so muggy in here. I know it's our fault." He loves that one too. That one never ever gets old. Yeah, you just visited the our Instagram, yeah, and you saw the TARDIS mug, yes. So, and we have a lot of almost everything online. We've got a lot of stuff in stock too. So if you're looking to order something custom or just looking for a gift, we have our website at paulystudios.com. I think we've updated all of our stuff on Kick so that you can have a link. So it is paulystudios.com. When I get these done, I'll try to post a link here, but I want to get to number 90. Whew. Stop this first. Let's stop it first. There we go. Creations, yeah, thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for the raid. Have a good day at work. All right, let's do 6 more. Just gonna see if I could do this. Let's see if I have this already up. There we go. There's our website. When it comes to a pottery wheel for hobby work, do I have any recommendations? As far most wheels are like pottery wheels are fairly simple machines, and I don't really have a recommendation of one over the other, except buy it used because they tend to last forever. And so if you buy one used, you're usually gonna get something that's still gonna last a long time. And even if you have to like do something like replace a part, like it's very easy to do. Brands to avoid: manual, electric. Definitely electric. Like you could probably find like a old-fashioned kick wheel. You might even find people wanting to give those things away. If you wanted to deal with that, you're mostly going to find electric wheels because they've been around for a long time now. New, they're going to be up to $2,000, but used, sometimes you can find them between $300 and $500. Though recently they've been going for more because honestly, because a lot of people bought a pottery wheel during the pandemic and then they didn't use it, and so they're trying to sell them new. That's why the used pottery prices pottery wheel prices have gone up so much. During the pandemic, everybody who was taking pottery classes decided to buy their own wheel, and then there was a shortage of pottery wheels because the manufacturers couldn't keep up. Then all the people that bought them and never used them are trying to sell them used for brand new prices. So, but if you keep an eye out, on your Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, any, different places, you can usually find a good deal. The main difference in an older versus a newer pottery wheel is going to be like how much noise it makes, honestly. And so if you don't really care how noisy it is, but get one 30 years old, it's probably still going to work. And the only thing I would avoid is the like really cheap $150 to $200 one you see on Amazon sometimes. Like they're usually like tiny, like itty bitty, and don't have much power. So just keep that in mind. And I've heard people say like it's hit or miss whether you get it and it actually works, whether it runs or it doesn't. So just remember, you're going to get what you pay for. And I always suggest, like, before buying something, yourself, because a pottery wheel can be expensive. Try taking classes. If you have access to classes in your area, take a class first and see kind of maybe what you would want to buy. Always say use someone else's equipment before you invest in it yourself. Yeah, some of the brands that are out there, you're going to see Brent a lot because that's what's used in most schools. You'll see Shimpo, and the Clay Boss is going to be the most similar to what I have. The brand I have is not made anymore. It was bought out by another company. But it's a Creative Industries, and seriously, if you see one of those, grab them. Because they're old and not made anymore, you can usually find them cheaper, and like it's a workhorse. And again, the main difference in this one and some of the newer ones is that it's I think this one has a stronger motor. And it's got a little bit more noisy to it. It's a little bit louder. But not any, you're listening to it right now. It's not that bad. Because some of the older ones, I should say some of the newer ones maybe have a little bit less power because you don't always need a ton of power. But that may be why some of the older ones last so long, is because it's kind of overkill. How about kilns? Yeah, those are likely to be pricier than wheels. It depends on how new it is and how old it is. Electric kilns, some of the older ones, people give those things away. But with any electric kiln, even if you get it for free, you're gonna have to put some money into changing out the elements, unless you get it and you know that it works or whatever. Oh, hey, buddy. It's almost time to go. You can find used kilns, and it's whether or not you want one with a computer controlled controller versus one without. The ones without are obviously going to be a lot cheaper. And if they're in working condition and you get one with a automatic controller, like a computer on it, I would expect to pay no less than $500 for one, even a small one, if you can get it for that, because that's what the computer controllers, that's the base of what the computer controllers cost. Because we've tried to add one to a older kiln before. But again, if you keep an eye out, you can find good used deals on kilns. It's just that you've usually got to go pick it up and move it. And unless you're using a smaller kiln, you're probably going to have to have it wired directly into your power box. Which is, again, why I say a lot of times, like, if you're wanting just to get into it, to give it a try first, like, find a class. Find somebody else who already has all the equipment until you figure out what you want to do. A good place to look is govdeals.com. If you're in the U.S., I should say. If you're in the U.S., there's a website called govdeals.com, govdeals.com, and it's government surplus. And we've gotten a couple of kilns off of there because it's any government organization, so you get a lot of schools that are getting rid of old equipment or, downsizing or changing things out. And so sometimes you'll find kilns and pottery wheels and tons of sewing machines. 2 more. We have 88. $220, usually $220. $220, so like you say, for a dryer, unless it's like, there are kilns that are like the size of this wheel that are itty bitty. They're called test kilns or sometimes doll kilns. That one will run on like a regular plug. But anything bigger than that, you're going to need the 220 plug. And then 240 is going to need to be hardwired, have its own breaker. Now, honestly, I think wheels sometimes used can be pricier than the kilns, but it just depends on what you get. And what kind of deal you find. And yeah, the initial expense, I mean, it can be an initial big investment, but the supplies itself, like brand new, a pottery wheel is going to be $1,500 to $2,000. Brand new for a kiln, depending on your size, it's going to be $1,000 to $3,000 for a starter kiln, brand new. But the materials themselves aren't that expensive. At worst, clay is $1 a pound, and so once you get started, like the upkeep is not that bad. Oh yeah, your wife used to do pottery, and you've been looking at wheels and stuff off and on. Yeah. Yeah, when you have the space, you clear it out and get her a studio. Nice. Yeah, so you've got time to shop around. Yeah, in Gov Deals, you can find a lot of really cool stuff there and good deals because they usually don't ship things, so you've got to go pick something up. And so that can limit the amount of people who want to bid on something. All right, this is it. This is not, well, I'm not going to say it. I am not going to say it. I do not want to jinx it. I don't know how many we're at. This is just a random number along the way. I don't care if you survive or not. All right, now I can say it. We have 90 pieces. We have 90 pieces. It's 12:40. I have made 90 pieces in a little over 3 hours. All right, cover up my scraps. So I do need to head out because I've got to take Kiba over here. He's unsuspecting. I've got to take him over get checked out at the vet. So I'm going to see where else we can go over here. My mouse will work. Come on. Sudsy, thank you. Yeah, hopefully I'll be back tomorrow morning doing more of the same. There we go. Let's see who all's on right now. I'm not usually on right at this early, so we'll see who's making stuff today and what people are making. Who else is on your tabs here? I think everybody's at lunch. Nope. Who all was on over here? Let's go see what Reaper Minis is doing. Okay, so we're gonna go see Reaper Minis doing a miniature painting, which is always fun to watch. So guys, thank you for watching. Gotta get my mouse working over here again. Come on. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me a little bit while I got some work done today. I'm going to assemble these guys later this afternoon, and then hopefully be back doing some more tomorrow. Because we're getting ready for our next show. Our next show is a gaming show, so which Reaper Minis will probably be at. So have a good weekend. If I don't see you again, have a good weekend. But have a good afternoon as well, and I will see y'all later. Here we go. Maybe. Maybe. There we go. I think I'm gonna have to go to the other computer to do this because my mouse has died. Alright, I have to go turn everything off up here.